I rented this big motherfucking, big 80-foot yacht, you know what I'm saying? We on that motherfucker drinking some rock. I hit Puff. I'm like, yo, I'm in Miami. I'm on the yacht. I'm about to come past y'all. Nigga said, pull up, nigga. Me and Cassie, we just laying around. We ain't doing nothing. We chilling. I said, I'm gonna pull up. Nigga, I pulled up, docked to that nigga house, got off, went in there, fucked with the nigga, got on the jet skis, went and kicked it for about 2 hours. When it was time to leave, he's like, nigga, what y'all doing tonight? Bring your wife, let's go out. I like, bet. So me and Puff talking, we kicking it. I'll never forget this. I pulled back up, Puff like, get in a Jeep with me, nigga. He like, nigga, you need to get you some of these Jeeps right here. And you need to get you a Jeep like this when you come to Miami, nigga, we can mob like this. I'm like, yeah, this the move. So we riding to the club, bumping Biggie. I'm like, nigga, this high. I'm like, I ain't never really get the opportunity to just be with Puff like nigga, me and you, he never overshadowed me, but we never got a chance to just be together. It was here and there, moments in time. But like how that moment was, I was like, he's like, shit feel right, nigga. We need to be like Mob. And I'm like, yeah, nigga. So I never forget, we pull up to fucking Live, nigga. When we get to Live, nigga, Young Bird, well, Hitmaker. I think it was like
AKA Hitmaker.
Hitmaker. I think it was like Hit Boy or something. It was another producer. I can't remember. These niggas had these whistles. So they throw Puff a whistle. Puff like, you want? I was like, I don't even know what that whistle shit mean. I'm cool. I don't do whistles. And I never forget Hit Rock was there. Hit Rock was like, boy, it's finna be live. Never forget this shit. We go in the club, we kicking it, shit. I'm like, damn, this what's up. The nigga Puff is on the goddamn, he on the shit, the bar where everybody perform at in front of the DJ and shit. And he going crazy. This bitch lit. You remember Scarface when that white woman was coming down the escalator?
Yeah.
He was in that man's house and he saw that man's wife who was like this. I was watching Puff. The nigga Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around her. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie, I was like, well, I was like, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, I mean, whatever Sean wants, I'm gonna do. I was like, well, you make sure you send me a picture before you do that shit. So within like 2-3 days, she sent me a picture. I'm like, she done shaved her motherfucking head. I'm like, that shit look good. When that shit hit the internet, boom.
She started a whole trend, man.
A whole trend, and I watched it happen.
She started a whole
So I got so many moments and stories in time like this, bro, I could go on for days.
Beating and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend and singer, Cassie. She filed a lawsuit against Diddy in New York federal courts.
All right, TMZ's executive producer Charles Latabaudier joins us now with a look at the allegation. Charles, thanks for being with us. There is a lot to unpack with these allegations for sure. Why don't you walk us through the meat of what she's alleging here?
Yeah, Stephen, Tasha, this is really, as they say, bombshell allegations here. And we want to stress these are Cassie's allegations, and Diddy is denying all of this. But in the lawsuit, she does claim that there was an incident in 2018 here in LA that they had gone out to dinner, and after dinner went back to her place. He dropped her off, but she claims that he forced his way into her home and that he forced her to have sex. So she's alleging a rape in that case. And then there's another thing, another allegation is that she says that Diddy several times at different hotels around the country would hire male prostitutes and force her to have sex with them. This is the part of the suit where she's alleging sex trafficking, because she's saying that this would happen over state lines, and that would be the reason for filing this in federal court. Those are the most serious allegations in there. There are also some allegations of just domestic violence, domestic battery, and at least one other incident where she hints, she does not call Diddy out for this specifically, but hints that he might have been involved in setting another rapper, Kid Cudi, setting his car on fire.
Wow. Yeah.
No, and it's fascinating
Very.
because Kid Cudi's people responded saying that's all true, right?
Right. And I think what they were saying is that it is true that Cudi's car was blown up, and that it happened sometime after Cudi and Cassie had a brief affair.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess, like, talk to us a little bit about the timeline of your relationship, because she met him when she was 19 and he was 37.
Right. Now, she is not alleging, there's nothing in the lawsuit where she's alleging that this was, statutory rape, but some people have pointed out that fact that she was, very young when they met. Look, we have to say, for Diddy's side of this, because we did speak to his attorney, and his attorney said that they're not surprised by these allegations in the lawsuit. They said that they've heard all of these for several months now, and that she was attempting to blackmail Diddy, that's their word, blackmail, $30 million, claiming that she was going to write a tell-all book unless she got that sum. They rejected that, and they said that the lawsuit is sort of her fallback plan, because clearly she couldn't get a book deal.
Right, and the timing of the lawsuit is important because of a change in New York law. Walk us through that, the Survivors Act.
So the allegation of rape would not have, there's no statute of limitations on that. There are some of the allegations that might have run, where the statutes would have run, but you're right, in New York now, it's like you said, the Survivors Act, that a lot of these things, regardless of when it happened, could still be brought that Diddy could have to face this in court. And important to also know that this is a civil suit that she has filed. This is, at this point, just about money. But if any of these things get on the radar of law enforcement, there could be investigations that are launched, and then he could potentially be facing criminal charges.
Yeah, interesting. Charles, thanks so much for joining us and shedding some light on this. We appreciate it, and we'll check out TMZ later as well. All right.
Cassie's lawyer came out and said, no, actually, Diddy's lawyer first came out and said, hey, this is an attempted shakedown. She's been trying to get behind the scenes $30 million. So that's where the $30 million number is coming from. I need everybody to be very clear while we're discussing this, because I keep hearing people say she was suing him for $30 million. She never sued him for $30 million. I looked through the lawsuit. The lawsuit says for damages that are in an amount that's undetermined and should be determined by the court or to be later put on the table, okay? So there was not a specific dollar amount, but of course, the dollar amount comes from potential settling offers that Cassie's team probably told Diddy, like, yo, you give us 30 mil, this goes away, right? Now, Diddy's team never said that they acquiesced at all. They just said, well, or even try to compromise or try to negotiate. What they said was, yeah, this is a shakedown attempt. That's when Cassie's lawyers came out and said, well, in reality, they did try to pay us off in the amounts of 8 figures, which is 10 million or more, right? But clearly, they didn't get to the magic number of 30. Now, this is just me, right? This is my opinion. I don't know for a fact. I have to, and we're talking this out, just think logically. If my number was $30 million for me not to bring this lawsuit public, this lawsuit's public, and it's now a whirlwind happening in your world. Plus, other women are gearing up to come out. People can't wait for a potential trial or deposition to hear more dirt. What else is this weirdo Diddy on? Other things are going to come out that's unsettling, unfavorable. It's going to make this guy look really like a creep, maybe somewhat of a sexual deviant that could be on some R. Kelly shit, right? If you ask me, Diddy paid more than $30 million. Just think about it. $30 million was the price before it hit the public. It hit the public and it's doing exactly what we wanted to do. It's fucking up your world. When you come back to us, I would say, nigga, you give us 40, we'll settle. We're not doing the 30 no more. So again, I think it's safe to say, at minimum, the 30 was gotten. I think it's more because now at this point, you have Diddy panicking. You get what I mean? So to settle it within 24 hours, it had to be, you have so much of the leverage, it had to be abundantly in your favor, which I believe is over $30 million, okay? I think maybe to the tune of 40, okay? And I'm sorry, that's the, let's extinguish this fire fund. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of things that probably comes with this, all right? And let me read a little bit of what they said about the settlement, but then we also got to talk about, what's probably going to come, the NDAs. Because here's the thing. Obviously, I don't know if some of y'all thought this lawsuit, I don't know if you guys thought this lawsuit was going to put Diddy in jail or prison suit. It was always about recuperating or suing for funds that were aimed to, deal with damages for mental stress and mental fatigue and all the other associated things that came with these actions. So he was getting sued for rape and abuse, but it wasn't necessary that he was going to jail. So them getting the money, that was always the intended purpose. So, because I see certain people like, I thought Cassie just wanted to get justice. No, it's a civil suit. She wanted to get money. Like nobody sues civilly to get like if she wanted, she would have just said, just give me an apology, Diddy. Like, what the fuck? No, she wants money. So she got the money, right? And that's the good thing. I guess on her behalf, because she says it's going to go towards helping her heal in this and third. Here's where I'm interested in. Did she have to sign an NDA? Again, remember, these NDAs are infamous, but the public, we're now interested in this story. Could she now take the settlement? Remember, she can't sue again, right? Because she has to dismiss it and probably promise that she could never refile the same suit against him ever again. But could she then write a tell-all book? If I'm Diddy, that defeats the purpose, right? It defeats the purpose if I pay you for the lawsuit. Yes, you can't sue me again, but then you run to go write a tell-all book. Hey, let me detail all the freak-offs that this nigga had me getting fucked by 15 male prostitutes and all that type of shit. So, again, I have to imagine there's an NDA in place, right? Somebody said she got both, the money and the stories out. Mr. T, thank you for that comment, by the way. No. Hey, if y'all think this is the entire story, you got to be stupid. This was the tip of the iceberg of what was really going to come. That's why I think Diddy got to the shake, all that, take that shit. You know what I mean? He had to go get this shit squashed. Whatever we heard is like the light shit. Yeah, Diddy's a little weirdo. He likes 15 niggas fucking his bitch. Yeah, he jerks off in a corner and loves commenting on black penises. Okay. What we were probably going to hear about was going to probably go deeper. From what I've heard from, these are things, unconfirmed reports. I'll repeat it, but it doesn't mean I'm standing by it. Some people said there's conversations about maybe forced abortions, other things that was definitely going to come out. You get what I mean? A lot from what I heard, what we heard in this shit, in that document, light. That shit was just enough. They dropped the R word, to kind of get that nigga like, yo, stop playing with us. Give us that bread, nigga. But I hear it's the beginning of a lot more that could have been revealed. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying her full story ain't told. Could she write a book? Or is everything done? All right, let's read a little bit of, this is from New York Times. Cassie settles a lawsuit against Sean Combs of rape and abuse. The R&B singer Cassie Ventura and the music mogul did not disclose the terms of the settlement, which came one day after she filed an explosive complaint. Okay, Sean Combs and the singer Cassie have reached a settlement one day after she filed this lawsuit, according to accusing the hip hop mogul of rape and numerous instances of physical abuse. The parties announced on Friday that they had reached an agreement to resolve the case. This is how quick Diddy and Diddy's team move. They got that shit squashed before the weekend, my nigga.
Say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. I have to hand it to you, Mr.